They say time heals all wounds, but what if time is the one killing you? It's 11:59 p.m. My husband is screaming my name, the divorce papers are scattered like confetti on the floor, and my world is turning black. YN's POV. The pain in my stomach isn't just physical. It feels like my soul is being ripped out through my skin. I'm on the floor, my knees hitting the cold tiles, my vision is swimming with dark spots. Jungkook, I gasped, reaching out. The man who just told me he hated me, the man who demanded I sign my life away, is gone. In his place is a boy. Shaking, sobbing, pulling me into his lap with a strength that feels like he's trying to fuse our bodies together. No, not yet. It's too early. Jungkook's voice is a wreck. He's pressing his forehead against mine, his hot tears dripping onto my cheeks. YN, stay with me. Look at me. Look at my eyes. You told me to leave, I whisper, my breath hitching. You said you didn't care about the baby. I lied. He screams the words, his voice breaking. I've lied every single day for 6 months. I love you more than my own life. I was trying to make you hate me so you'd run. If you hate me, you leave. If you leave, you don't die here. My heart stutters. What are you talking about? This is the 50th time I've watched you die in this hallway, YN. He's hysterical now, clutching me tighter as the clock on the wall ticks. Tick, tick, tick. I've tried being the best husband. I've tried being a stranger. I even tried to never marry you, but I always find you. I always fall for you, and you always get pregnant, and you always leave me at midnight. Jungkook's POV. 59 p.m. and 45 seconds. The air in the hallway starts to hum. The lights flicker, a low buzz vibrating in my teeth. I know this feeling. The reset is coming. The universe is preparing to pull her away from me and throw me back to January 1st, alone in an empty bed, forced to do it all over again. Jungkook, I don't understand, she whimpers, her hand clutching my shirt. Her grip is getting weaker. Her eyes are losing their focus. I tried to break the loop by being a monster. I sob, kissing her forehead, her nose, her lips. I thought if I broke your heart, you'd be safe. But the baby is the anchor. Every time we create this life, the universe demands yours in exchange. I look at the divorce papers on the floor. I thought that by signing them, by legally ending us, I could trick fate. I thought I could save her by losing her, but I failed. Again. I love you, I whisper into her ear. I'll find you again on January 1st. I'll find you and I'll try again. I'll try 1,000 times until I get it right. Jungkook, wait, she gasps, her eyes suddenly snapping wide. She grabs the divorce papers with a sudden surge of strength. With a trembling hand, she rips them down the middle. I'm not leaving you. The clock hits 12 a.m. Usually, the world goes black. Usually, I wake up screaming in the dark. But this time, the hallway explodes in a blinding white light. The sound of 1,000 glass mirrors shattering fills my head. I feel YN's heart give one final violent thud against my chest, and then total silence. I open my eyes, gasping for air. I'm not in my bed on January 1st. I'm standing in a white, empty room. There is no furniture, no hallway, just me and YN standing 5 feet away. She's holding her stomach, looking at me with a confused, soft smile, but between us, on the floor, is the positive pregnancy test. It's glowing. Jungkook? She asks. Her voice sounds like music, like she's finally awake. I take a step toward her, but my foot hits something invisible. A barrier. A voice, cold and ancient, echoes through the space. The loop is broken. But a life for a life remains the law. To keep the mother, the child stays here. To keep the child, the mother resets. Choose Jungkook. My breath hitches. I look at YN, then down at the glowing test, the soul of our unborn child. I have fought for 50 lives to keep her. But now, I have to choose between the woman I love and the child we finally created. If I save the baby, YN resets. She goes back to January 1st, forgetting me, forgetting everything, and eventually, she dies again. My heart isn't just breaking, it's shattering into dust. I look up at her, tears streaming down my face. Jungkook? YN whispers, taking a step toward me. Why are you crying like that? We're okay now, right? The clock stopped. I love you, I choke out. My voice is a wreck, thick with tears. I love you so much, it's killing me. I realize something. For 50 lives, I've been trying to control fate. I've been trying to play God to keep her, and that's why the loop keeps repeating. The loop isn't about her death. It's about my refusal to let go of the version of her I want. I step toward the barrier. I don't reach for her. I don't reach for the baby. I choose to take their place. I say to the empty white void. The voice turns cold. That was not an option. It is now. I growl, my eyes burning with a sudden fierce fire. Take my life. Take my soul. Let them both live in a world where I never existed. Give her a life where she never meets me, never gets pregnant by me, and never dies because of me. Just let them live. YN's POV. Everything starts to blur. Jungkook is saying something, his lips moving frantically, but I can't hear him anymore. Jungkook! I scream, reaching out for him. He looks at me one last time. The coldness is completely gone. His eyes are full of a love so deep it feels like it could swallow the whole world. He smiles, a real, beautiful, heart-wrenching smile, and whispers something I can barely catch. Be happy, my love. Suddenly, he begins to fade. He's turning into light, drifting away like dandelion seeds in the wind. No, Jungkook, don't leave me. I don't want a life without you. I lunge for him, but my hands pass right through him. The white room dissolves, the floor vanishes. I'm falling into a deep, warm sleep. 1 year later, epilogue. I sit on a park bench, the afternoon sun warming my skin. Beside me, a small stroller sits. Inside, a beautiful baby girl with big, dark, curious eyes giggles at a butterfly. I feel strange today. I have a good life. I have my health, my daughter, and a job I love. But sometimes, when I look at the clock and see it hit 11:59 p.m., my heart starts to race for no reason. Sometimes I look at my daughter's eyes and I feel like I've seen them before, in a dream I can never quite remember. A man walks past the bench. He's wearing a dark hoodie, his hands in his pockets. He stops for a second, looking at my daughter. I look up, my breath catching in my throat. I don't know why, but my eyes fill with tears the second I see him. He has a kind face, but he looks like he's carrying the weight of 1,000 lifetimes. She's beautiful, he says. His voice is a low, soft melody. Thank you, I whisper, wiping a stray tear. I'm sorry. I don't know why I'm crying. Do I know you? The man looks at me for a long, silent moment. A flicker of deep, agonizing pain crosses his face, followed by a soft, peaceful resignation. No, he says, his voice steady. We've never met, but you look like someone who was loved very, very much. He turns and walks away into the crowd. I watch him go, feeling a strange ache in my chest, like a piece of me just walked away forever. I look down at my daughter. She reaches out her tiny hand toward the man's retreating figure. Dada, she babbles. I pull her close, kissing her forehead. No, sweetie, just a stranger, she again said. Dada. But as I stand up to leave, I notice something on the bench where the man was standing. A small, torn piece of paper. I pick it up. Something written on front, in bold, frantic handwriting. I would choose you every single time. The final question. Did Jungkook make the right choice? Is a life of safety worth the cost of being completely forgotten by the person you love? If you were in his shoes, would you stay in the loop forever just to be with them? Or sacrifice everything to let them live without you?